numerous foreign trips. From 1999 till today, in fact, between 1999 and the year 2009, right, almost every governor, right, in Nigeria between 1999 and 2009, between that decade, right, at one point in time, either went abroad or sent a delegate abroad to quote unquote facilitate foreign direct investment. And this is a diplomatic, practice. Even the U.S. president recently is touring the Gulf states, talking about the Middle East. He's brokering deals. We are here to make sure that the best deals are done. We do not want any more illegal immigrants. Yes. So that's what is happening. That's what has always happened. However, it seems that the sands of time are playing a very big game with Nigerians. Or is it Nigerians are playing a very big and dangerous game with the sands of time? Now, sometime last week, right, over the weekend into the early part of this week, I think late last week rather, you probably have heard of this gentleman. I follow him. We've had interactions on social media. CSP Benjamin Udane. Now, CSP posted, he's in London, he's in UK, bruv, in it. He was taking a stroll, and then one Nigerian saw and said, I know you. And he laughed, they took pictures, it was nice. Now, as you would expect from cynical Nigerians, and they have a right to be cynical, right? They came at him. Oga Police, sure you are in London now. Police don't harass you. You have jeans, you're looking sweet. They did not say you look like a Yahoo boy. They did not say you should show them your phone. Sure, when you come back to Nigeria, you will tell your men what you saw abroad. But ladies and gentlemen, from 1999, we've had governors, we've had senators, we've had commissioners, we've had House of Rep members, carry out high-power delegations to visit America, UK, Germany, Italy, Singapore, China, Japan. They've traveled. The political elite in this country, they have traveled. They've stayed in the best hotels. How many of you remember that picture? I think it was during the Amechi administration. That video that came up when a group of governors were in the UK. How many of you remember that? Not a single aka sirens, right? They didn't have a 45-man, entourage following them. They all sat down in the tram, and then somebody said, "Look at you, governors. Look at you. You're in an anonymous country, but you're sitting down quietly. But you come back home, you will not let us have peace." The same can be said today. Today, you will see, some people who call themselves security personnel for, I don't know, some oil company person, or some local government chairman, or I don't know, some even military official, right? Yes, I've seen that before. It's not an emergency. There's just traffic. Next thing, they're blowing siren everywhere. How come these people travel, but they're not able to bring back the things that they have learned? And see why I say that we are playing a dangerous game with the sands of time. It was in this same country that Singaporeans and Southeast Asians in the late 70s and early 80s came to understand what we did with our palm oil. It was this same country in the late 70s and mid 70s, right, that collected taxes from its citizens to help South Africans who were going through apartheid. They were helping the ANC at that time. It was this same country under the leadership and the spearhead of Nigerian troops that was sent to Liberia and Sierra Leone under ECOMOG to bring peace to those same countries. It was this same country, ladies and gentlemen, that people ran to when there was fire in their country. But here we are, 2025. Your uncles, your aunties, my uncles, your cousins, our own leaders have somehow forgotten what it truly means to be Nigerian. So why are they always traveling? They travel for healthcare. They travel to go and see their doctors. They travel to go and celebrate birthdays. They travel to even graduate, to go and attend the graduation ceremonies of their children. There are children who did not attend Uniports like Jude. There are children who didn't go to RSU. There are children who didn't go to Otiwakai. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So what is the benefit of this political travel, ladies and gentlemen? Before I open the phone lines, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, make no mention of it. And very importantly, keep your conversation civil.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. First message here, WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. This one says, Uncle Jude, it's like you're shouting this morning. Are you sure these people will hear you? Because we've been shouting for a long time. What is happening in Nigeria? Well, hey, you took the words right out of my mouth. What exactly is happening in Nigeria? Okay, we have Okonkwo on the line. Okonkwo, good morning. Very quickly, make a comment, please. Hello, Okonkwo. Yes, go on, please, very quickly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Very quickly, please.
Yes, if my place is a conducive place, if my house is a well-decorated house, can I leave my house and go to another place? If my country is a beautiful country, well arranged, well organized, can I leave it and go to another country? They are going to all these nice and developed countries is to show that those countries are more superior than Nigeria. So since those places are more beautiful than Nigeria, so they have to leave their place because their place is dirty.
All right, we're back after this break.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to 9.
And then he made mention, to my utmost surprise, he made mention of a man who he found had invented a machine that could speed up the process of deshelling egusi, and I think also improving the way we process cassava. Those inventions never saw the light of day. He met the man. He actually, was intrigued by his invention, and obviously the man was like, "Oh, they're trying to get government to be involved, to see what they can do to make this a full scale operation." Never happened. So largely in 2025. Yet very soon, I'm very sure that some high-power delegation will travel, maybe for COP, to go and talk about climate change and whatnot. The president, since he got into the office, has visited. Where is it? France? Yeah, France for France and the English Isles. For a few visits, some personal, they didn't quite disclose to the general public, and also obviously for health reasons. President Buhari did the same. In fact, I think it was just about Jonathan that didn't travel for medical checkup, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, they all did, or most of them did. And then let's not also forget that in the same country, we've had governors who had cronies who were caught with huge sums of money, and then came, how many of you remember the water tanker gate scandal, where it now became, I don't know if they still do it, but the gist was moving all around the country that some politicians were now keeping stolen money inside water tanks. Some of them were even burying the money, burying paper. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the crimes of these individuals. We're here to talk about why it seems that their travels don't get to yield positive results. In this conversation, I'm not insinuating that all travel must cease. That's not what I'm saying. However, what I'm saying is people have traveled to Nigeria and Ghana and other African countries. They've seen some of the good things that we do in these countries, on this continent, and they have gone to replicate it. So how come? And that's that way. Hold on. I'm not saying that we have not had leaders who have gone abroad and brought good things and were implementing. No. That's not what I'm saying. The point is, please listen. The point is, largely most of these political travel doesn't quite relate to the improvement of our society. Very often, what we hear is Nigeria is in debt. They've gone to cap in hand. We want money, give us money, and the truth is, the burden is on the people of Nigeria. Nigeria right now should be thinking of how to solve Somalia's problem. Nigeria should be playing the big brother role that it had played in the late 60s, early 70s, and parts of the 80s and 90s. But here, they will travel, they will come back, they are drinking whiskey, they are drinking cognac, they will come back, they are wearing gabardine, 25,000 naira. Their wives are wearing makeup, they are wearing quote-unquote Saudi Arabian gold. Saudi Arabian gold or Dubai gold that's actually sourced from their backyard. Actually sourced from Nigeria. But anyway, they travel, which is good. Diplomatic consultations are the bedrock of modern society. Zero 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. Zion is on the line from Jerry. Oh dear, Zion, apologies. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Well, Daniel's on the line from Imo Gate. Daniel, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude, my brother.
Welcome, please.
Yes. Let me tell you, my brother Jude, they are traveling. They are there enjoying a heroic welcome, as they go there, they will lay red carpet for them we were working with the Ghanaians in Aba, and when that is when we have this 7-Up. When we drink one bottle with 1 naira, then we will tell them if it is in your country, Ghana, that is, they were enjoying themselves for them to drink a bottle of 7-Up for 1 naira in 1989. In 1991-92, you see this bag now, Ghana must go. It is called Nigeria must go. Now in Ghana, it is called Nigeria must go. You know the bag that I am talking about. Let's marry them together and then balance it where we are now. And somebody will go in Chatham House and tell me that Nigeria is doing well. What a country. Chinke Daniel Mogeto Swako.
Probo's on the line from NTA Road. Probo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
I called because I'm always in love with your program.
Welcome.
Thank you. I know this morning you actually passed a message to people who want to redeem themselves from mental slavery. I want to start by mentioning a book I read. They call it Cast by Isabel. He mentioned a story in the Bible. It's a recent book.
Okay.
So he mentioned a story in the Bible about Noah after the flood. He cultivated a vineyard and he drank and he was intoxicated. And one of his sons called Ham, he has 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. So the Ham was dark in color. And according to history, he's connected that is the descendant of Africa, an Asian country. That when his father was stark naked, after he got intoxicated, he went to his brothers Shem and Japheth and said that the father is drunk and is lying naked in the house. So 2 of them, Shem and Japheth, they took a garment and said they don't want to see their father's nakedness. And they walked backwards and threw the garments on him. But when the father woke up, he overheard what Ham said and said that he will be a slave to his brothers. You know why I relate this story to you is because of what is happening in Africa, more especially in Nigeria. You will be shocked when you see educated people and enlightened people that will take over the leadership of a country. And over time, they've amassed a lot of wealth that even their third generation cannot squander. And yet, they don't repent. I look at this sometimes that it's a spiritual problem that we are caused. And that is why sometimes I baffled. Amechi recently said that in Nigeria, even though he carried 10 persons who did not commit a crime and shoot all of them, say nobody would talk. That is why I'm pleased with what this young man is doing in Burkina Faso, Traore. You know, the solution to our problem is a massive political revolution. Not prayer, not complaint, not shouting. These people, this is a clique. I have done politics a little and I understand how it works. Every geographical location has a methodology, the way they do politics. So if you don't key into that method, you cannot be a politician. If you don't measure up their kind of this demonic and careless behavior, I don't care about societal value, you will not emerge as a leader. So the solution is young people of this country need to come out and revolt against this system. That's the only solution.
Well, we talk about elections. We talk about elections. You can use your ballot boxes. You can use your finger, your voter's card to actually say, you know what, I don't want this person. This person is going to be the person whom I will have faith in. Right? I think maybe that's the logical method you are trying to get ahead of. Now let me read your messages on WhatsApp. Right, 009-030-6416. Benson Oluwagbemiga from Akure in Ondo State. Wow, Ondo State. Says the constitution is our problem. when they get abroad, these leaders abide by the laws of those countries. But when they come back, they want to claim ownership of this country. They are forgetting that at a point in time, they will be with the masses, and the ills that they must have committed will catch up with them. Interesting. Okay. Good morning, Nigeriainfo. In Nigeria here, we don't have a leader. Rather, we have rulers. They can rule us the way they like, but not the way we want. And that is why you see what's before the 2023 election, that they hired bishops from different churches and nobody asks questions. But today, where are they? God will help us. Omo from Uniport. Really. Now, on the one hand, if I travel to the UK for shopping, how can you say my trip wasn't successful because I didn't come back with a university degree? Shebi, it's the person that knows why he actually traveled who can truly say whether their trip was a success or not, no matter what the others or even the media think. On the other hand, even when the true reason for the trip is communicated to everybody, it's a two-way thing. The fact that you say you are coming to my house to apologize to me doesn't mean I will grant you audience. Just like the way some people go to the bank with the intention of getting a business loan, but can be denied, even if they bring documents, a pint of blood and a kidney as collateral. So why are they traveling if they know that they're not going to get the goods that they need? Why? 92.3. I have an anonymous caller from GRA. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Okay, you see, the solution to Nigeria's problem is not about complaining all the time, going to radio, wail, and every time you talk about how the politicians are not doing well and all that. You see, one of the callers that called you said some few things. And you see, let me start from saying the Nigerian people as a whole have to be conscious of what is happening. Except they conclude to relinquish the nation to the so-called leaders and just be slaves in the same country which all of them have equal rights to the leaders. Otherwise, you have to be conscious and mindful of what is happening in the country. The state of lives of almost all Nigerians are deteriorating. Currently, if you want to be factual, everybody is like, irrespective of the business you're doing, you're not really flourishing the way you should as a Nigerian. And this calls for serious concern in the Nigerian people. So the answer now, Jude, is what ought to be done. That should be the right question to ask. And what ought to be done is something that has to take time, but it has to be systematic and well planned and well understood by everybody. But it does not really call for noise making and all that. But the people must come together through any means they feel it is very accurate, not really coming out to make noise every time, but have a common purpose on what to achieve. You see, normally you will say it is during election time that the people have power to make such statements. But I can tell you boldly, it has gone beyond that stage in Nigeria. There must be a kind of synergy from the military down to the citizenry. The military must trust the citizenry, and the citizenry must reciprocate that trust.
What I hear you say, good sir, whilst it sounds novel, whilst it sounds like it's applicable, or maybe it's the best way to go. Well, historically, it is not. Levels of thought, right, that will sit down with you and tell you, look, one of the reasons why Nigeria is where it is right now is because, we had a group of military officers, yes, who vocally said, oh, we want to do something right, we want to do something good, but it turned out bad. Why? Because, that phrase, absolute power corrupts absolutely? Yes. So what might start off as a good idea will snowball. Zion, good morning. Why are some of your leaders traveling to Obodo Oyibo and they're not bringing back the good ideas and effecting it?
They are criminals.
them criminals. Zion, these are your leaders.
Not see, put this on record. Any political office holder that have visa in this country is a criminal. Anyone, including my uncles, if at all they have. And any day you see a visa, not visa for travel, as in to go study, or to go acquire knowledge, but to go have a resident permit, the criminal. See, there is no reason Nigeria should have any costs. We are poor, we are underdeveloped. Go and see properties Nigerian politicians have abroad. Now it has narrowed down to even civil servants, including Air Force personnel, Navy, Army. Oh my goodness me. Have you come across one documentary of a time they showed two skyscrapers?
Hello.
What is the essence of that? What was the essence of that? You travel abroad, you are coming back, you come with nothing. The reason why you are not going to develop or they will not develop you beyond there is politics. See, any day you wake up and you see Nigeria done better, check very well. Some people have paid the price. You were here when a man built a state-of-the-art hospital. He had only accident or wherever. They flew him abroad. Were you not here? What does that tell you? We have so many people who don't love this nation. The reason most of them are rushing into politics because they are jobless. They don't have a business of their own. And they see politics as a means to make and amass wealth. That is why...
Oh dear. Yeah. Sounds like Zion ran out of airtime. T says, I often ask these questions. How many times have we heard the President of the US, the Prime Minister of Britain, German Chancellor, and other presidents travel to Nigeria for medical treatment? Recently, I heard our House of Assembly members went to the UK to hold a meeting. How many times have the MPs in the UK traveled to Nigeria to hold a meeting? I often see our governors travel abroad, board public mass transit buses and trains. But here, the ordinary State House of Assembly member drives our roads with noise, blaring sirens. Our institutions are not strong enough to checkmate the excesses of our political runners or ruiners. Yes, that's what it says, ruiners, who call themselves leaders. This person is obviously upset. Imagine what happened to the former Senator Ekwere Maduike. If he was in Nigeria, he would have been set free. The institutions here are weak. That is why even if they make a policy barring politicians, political elites from traveling abroad for medical tourism, they will still thwart the process. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. It's heavy comments there. Very heavy. All right. Let's read your comments on Facebook now. Tunde Oyedeji, that's at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. That's our Facebook handle. Also on X, at Nigeriainfo PH. Tunde Oyedeji says, they learn but put everything in practice for personal gain. Charity begins at home but shouldn't remain there. I like this quote. In fact, I think this is a quote everybody should copy today. Today, thank you very much. This has to be my message of the day. Listen, everybody. They learn but put everything in practice for personal gains. Charity begins at home but shouldn't remain there. Charity begins at home but shouldn't remain there. Best comment I've heard so far. Sadly, the reverse is the case here. May God heal Nigerian politicians. Please, I think it's time we stop asking God to do anything for Nigerians or Nigerian politicians or Ghanaians or Ugandans or Tanzanians. I think God's pretty much saying, you know what, am I? Saka Kinston says, it's because they are deliberately wicked and are agents of darkness. Ma'am. Wow. So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kingston, are you saying that the Senate President, are you saying the Deputy Senate President, are you saying the honorables who are representing Akokotoru, who are representing Falga, or who are representing Onelga, are you saying that they are agents of darkness? Is that what you're saying? The people who you voted for? Are you sure? Maybe this is an emotional statement. I'm going to leave it at that. Victor on the line from Rumu Krishi. We have Ken from Ogbogoro. Victor, go on, please.
Okay. Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
Let me talk about Nigeria. You see, the problem of Nigeria, to me, is not the leadership. The problem of Nigeria is the spirit of fear. Let me put it this way. We fear too much. We fear for everything. Jude, let me shock you that one day, if Nigerians wake up from their sleep and say enough is enough, Jude, most of these persons will run away from Nigeria. Because it pains me when you see all these people, some of them are from nowhere, from nothing. And when they become one political leader or one political office, they see themselves as the small gods. And when they travel outside, they are, in short, some of our slaves here are better than them there. They don't make noise. Some of them hide there, they hide. But when they come here, they go with Zyrene, they look at us, they intimidate, you see the bully on the road. Somebody doesn't even have, you see him, in short, in his village, there is no good house. There is no good bungalow that you can say, okay, this is bungalow in his village. But he will come here with e-logs to intimidate people, bullying people, driving up and down. Dude, the only problem we have in this country is Nigerians, we fear too much. It's as a result of one person prophecy. Selassie, we fear for what we don't know, what we don't see. All of us get reason to fear. You want big house, I want to take care of my family. Everybody get reason to fear. So these people use this very, what would I call it, this fear as a reason. Okay, tomorrow just rise up now and say, okay, let's go and do protest. They will look for one reason or the other. They will even go and hire youths to come and disrupt the protest, to tell you that, and the same youth that they have messed up will come to tell you, the same police, and look at what happened. They train our Nigerian police, they train our Nigerian army to turn against us. Look at the way they behave. Okay, look at NSAS. Police are the one enjoying now, even when they have not enjoyed 100%. But they are the same people who killed the people that they went out for NSAS protest. Look at army. They are the same people, because if you go to some of these barracks, they have renovated in short.
Oh, Victor. All right, Victor. Thank you very much. But I think I get the point Victor was trying to make. All right, now there's a comment I'm trying to search. I should have pinned this comment. It was from Abokaribo, right? And I knew in preparation of this conversation on Monday, I knew I have found it. The Nigeria police are Nigerians. This is from Abokaribo. Please listen. Say, most of the citizenry are yet to realize that there is an unspoken war between Nigeria police and the people. A large cross-section of the police indeed despise the populace. There is an occupation force eternally bent on emasculating and extorting money and properties from the citizens at every opportunity. This is particularly so in Rivers State. Nigerians need to wake up to this. Abokaribo. So they learn, they teach them, they pay them. come and replicate those things you've learned. Benjamin Udeye has traveled now. He's back to the office. Nobody asked him for particulars on the road.
You are tuned in to
Nigeriainfo.
We'll be right back after this.